I have billions of pixels in my cell phone, and I bet you do too. Nearly all pictures in the world are now made of pixels. That became true starting just 20 years ago, yet most people don't know what a pixel is. Or worse, they have a wrong idea. In particular, a pixel is not a little square and never has been. I spent the last 10 years writing this book, explaining what pixels are and how to make pictures with them. Along the way, I discovered many surprising stories, but the story of this man is perhaps the most unexpected of all. He is Vladimir Patelnikov, the man who gave us the pixel. He lived through the entire Soviet nightmare, and the KGB tried to imprison him in the Gulag twice. But his protectress saved him both times. She was the wife of Malenkov, Stalin's bloody successor. Kotelnikov came to America and told us about Sputnik before it was launched. But most importantly, for our purposes today, early in his career in 1933, he showed us how to sample a visual field into what we now call pixels. His beautiful and astonishing sampling theorem is the foundation of the modern picture world, and I show how it works without using any math in the book. By the way, I'd always been told that Claude Shannon first proved this theorem, but it just isn't so. Shannon never even claimed he did. In 2003, Putin knighted Kotelnikov in the Kremlin. He's shown here, age 70, sporting all the merit badges the Soviet Union had to offer. So I went in search of the first pixels and found them on the first computer. This is Baby, the first computer in Manchester, built in 1948 in Manchester, England. And when I visited in 2013, Baby displayed this image to me with the word Pixar scrolling to the right. The surprise here is that not only did the first computer have pixels, it could animate. This is the actual first digital image from Baby, 1948. And then I found the first interactive electronic game, also in Manchester, England, 1951. And then the second from Cambridge, England, 1953. Now, all of this happened about a decade before I was expecting to have discovered it. I continued to be surprised by the actual history I uncovered and the roles of Albert Einstein and Schindler's List, for example, in the history. In 1965, the miraculous Moore's Law revolution began. For pixels, the first consequence was color. I thought that we had the first color pixels at Xerox PARC in 1973, these pixels, but it wasn't so. I found them on the Apollo Moon Project simulator in 1967, and this is them. Xerox fired me because they decided not to do color. So I found my way to a fabulous place on Long Island called New York Tech. Here's its video mansion just to give you a feel for the place. Our patron there bought us the first full color 24-bit pixels in the world. And we went crazy making art. It cost him about $1 million in today's money for only 500 by 500 of these pixels, just a fraction of your cell phone screen today. I met Ed Catmull there, and we invented the Alpha Channel, and we and our colleagues decided that we would be the first group in the world to make a completely digital movie. That was 1975, not realizing it would take us 20 years to get there. Meanwhile, Moore's Law was cranking away at its astonishing rate of an order of magnitude every 5 years. And we were mastering how to represent reality convincingly. Not that that was our goal, but reality is a convenient measure of complexity. Then at Lucasfilm, one of our geniuses, Tom Porter, created this image called 1984, celebrating the moment when we finally were ready technologically for the big time. I hired John Lasseter, one of the world's great animators, and directed him in a piece called Andre and Walibi. This is 4 successive frames. It told the world that we were all about character animation. And the next step was for Ed and me to co-found Pixar to reach our goal of the first movie, Toy Story, of course. That plus similar movies by DreamWorks and Blue Sky, all at about the same time, the millennium, signified the great digital convergence of all analog media types into the one digital type. And the fact that the era of digital light had finally begun. That's the content of my book. I very much enjoyed writing it and researching it, and I hope you do too. Thank you.